Hi, everybody. Hey, good morning and happy Monday. I'm super excited today because today is day one of our new challenge group. So, our new health and fitness group that begins today. So, I am super excited. I just went live in my challenge group to talk to everybody today about getting started and how we get going for our challenge group. So I'm really excited about that. So when we get started, I'll just let you guys in on it because I know a lot of my challengers watch this as well. So I thought I'd let the rest of you in on it too. But so when we get started, everybody picks like one of their programs that's going to work best for them. So I help choose programs that are going to get their best results based on everybody's personal goals. So everybody's not doing exactly the same program because everybody has different goals and everybody has different starting points. And so it's awesome because I have over like 400 different programs or different workouts and different programs for people to be able, so I help kind of be able to match that to where people are at personally and what their goals are for the month or several months coming up for the summer, coming up for the entire year. So it's just I find right now it's just such a really exciting time of year. We're going into spring, even though here in Vancouver, Canada, we've been having so much snow that I'm not even sure if any of the flowers can spring, but it's getting washed away. So it's a very good energy feeling time right now. I love spring. I kind of love that whole spring cleaning and, jump into spring. So that's where we're at right now. So for our group, basically, everybody's right now taking their photos so that they have, I don't know if you guys saw, I posted my latest transformation. And it's always tough posting transformations. It's, I don't think no matter how many times you do it, it's challenging, it being vulnerable, feeling, you always have that slight discomfort inside you, you know what I mean? And I think I was talking to my group today and saying like, it's not because of necessarily how you look. I mean, I have roles now, like I don't feel like I'm, perfect. I'm not striving to be perfect. I'm striving to continue to feel the way that I feel and look the way that I feel because for me, those things go hand in hand together. When I feel good and look good, it's just like this combination package where I have so much energy. I feel like I'm vibrant, I'm shining, and I just love that feeling. So for me, that's kind of the goal. But I think it's, when you reflect sometimes on looking at like your before picture, it's excuse me, it's associated with like the thoughts of how you felt then, right? Like I think like when you look at that picture, that's what the trigger is. Like for me, I know I look and I think like, oh, I remember, like I looked like that, and when I looked like that, I felt sluggish or I felt like I didn't have any energy. And so I think there's always just feelings associated with it. So for me, that's where it comes from, and it stems, always a little bit deeper. To me, it's not, not just a photo kind of thing. But so I think that's why it's really important to take your before photos, so that you have something that you can be like, we were talking about like recognition and today, and I was really putting a lot of emphasis on like, you need to give yourself and allow yourself to feel good and recognize yourself for the small achievements that you make, right? I mean, you reflect on maybe like in a week, comparing your photos, or maybe you lost a pound or two, or you really are feeling good about yourself because you're really pushing yourself. Like those are things that we give each other recognition for in our group. It's not huge strides. It's all of those little increments that really make a huge difference in you, in the way you feel, in your self-confidence. So in our group, it's really important, that we do all these little tiny steps of recognition for each other, and support each other through that. So the next thing that we do, some people have like little body mass index fat pinchers. You can measure your fat if you want. We weigh ourselves on our scale and we take measurements. And the reason that we do all of these different things is because everybody's body is so different. Like, so For me, I talk a lot about how I could just throw out my scale. Honestly, I could throw out my scale. It's like I never really see a huge difference for me with like body weights per se. But I do get the benefit of seeing the change in my body with my transformation pictures. So I can see them side by side and feel good about myself. That, you know, like, oh, there's like all this work that I did and I can see it in my pictures. And also I feel it in my energy levels. Like, you know, I feel now like right away when if I have, like, even when we were away for our wedding, and you know, you can't even help sometimes but get like a little, your routine is just a bit different, or your meal plans are different, right? And I can just now feel like those changes in my body. And it's like when I get home right away, it's like, okay, I want to feel good again. Like I want to feel how I felt before I left, and I know how to make those changes. And so I think it's really good because throughout this entire process, you also really get to start to know you and your body and how you feel and what feels really good for you. And so those things are all sort of like these accumulation of steps that you get to do and you get to experience in order to become a little bit more self-reflective within. So anyways, we're super excited to be getting started today. My program that I'm doing is a really, really challenging cardio program. So it's really based on a lot of cardio, and that's because we're going to be doing a lot of traveling. And I love to be able to still, like, I take all my workouts with me because I can live stream all of them. So this is awesome, this program in particular, because it's nice to be able to travel to without having to worry about like finding a gym that has weights or any of that kind of stuff, right? Some of the programs that I do, I travel and I just take my bands because they're so light that they don't weigh anything extra when we're flying and, you know, in our suitcase or anything. But and you can get through security with your bands. So those are that's one of the reasons. And it's such a challenging program, and I'm looking forward to really challenging myself. And a lot of me is, you know, fearful a little bit about it, and it's just because it's such a challenging program. But I actually am really looking forward to it. So, yeah, you guys, if you are wanting to jump in and join us, by all means, today is our last day. And I spent time this morning getting a lot of the final people registered into our group. If you're trying to sneak in at the last minute, you absolutely can. Today is our cutoff. And you're going to have to squeeze in your workout today. So excited to get started. And if you guys have any questions, you can post below or send me a personal message on how you're going to be able to join us. So anyways, let me know, post below, and I will be continuing to keep you guys posted on my journey of my newest cardio program here. So talk to you guys soon and have an awesome week. Happy Monday. Talk to you soon.